65 days ago, this invoice was due, 12,000 euros. The client still hasn't paid, and under EU law, that client doesn't owe 12,000 euros anymore. They owe 12,257. Most businesses in Europe have no idea this money is theirs. So I built an AI agent that calculates it, drafts the email, and tees it up for me to send. Welcome back to The Late Builder. If this is your first time here, I have zero coding experience, and I am building AI agents anyway in public with all the mistakes left in. This is the second agent I've built, and it's the first one I would genuinely call useful, not a curiosity, not a demo. I'm sure this is going to resonate with a lot of business owners out there, but 2 years ago, a client paid me 19 days late, and I didn't even ask for interest. I didn't know I was allowed to, but it turns out I was. Because every business in the EU is allowed to. Most of us never claim it. This video is about the agent I built to fix that, and the one reason I'm not letting it send a single email by itself. First, the bit that makes this whole thing possible. So there is a piece of EU law called Directive 2011/7/EU. It's a long name for a simple rule. Essentially, if your business and another business pays you late, you are automatically entitled to interest. Not you can ask for it, automatically. The rate is the European Central Bank's reference rate plus 8 percentage points. Right now, that's 10.15% per year, plus, and almost nobody knows this part, a flat 40 euros per late invoice as a recovery fee. That's 40 euros doesn't require you to prove anything, it's just yours. So on a 12,000 euro invoice that's been sitting unpaid for 65 days, that's about 217 in interest plus the 40 euros. 257 euros that most businesses just walk away from. So per invoice, per client, and per year, do the math, the numbers add up pretty fast. So here's what I built. 8 boxes, each one does exactly one job. Same way the news brief worked, but with one new ingredient, actual math. Box 1 is a schedule. It runs every morning at 8, same as last time, picked it from a menu. Box 2 reads a Google Sheet. This is where my invoices live. Invoice number, client, amount, due date, whether they've paid, nothing fancy. A spreadsheet anyone can keep. Box 3 filters out anything that's already been paid. We only care about the unpaid ones. And the next box works out which one of those are actually overdue. Box 4 is the new bit. This is where the EU directive actually gets applied. So it works out how many days each invoice is overdue and quietly skips any that aren't actually late yet. Then it runs the 10.15% rate against the amount, add the 40 euros and give me the total claimable figure. I do the is it overdue math here in the calculation box rather than in the filter. It's just more reliable that way. This is the only box in the whole agent that contains anything like code. It's around 40 lines. I will put it in the newsletter so you can copy-paste it. And that number from the start of the video you've seen, that's this box. 40 offline of math turning 65 overdue days into 257 euros I'm owed. Everything else here, just move that number into an email. So one thing is worth saying because it matters, that number isn't frozen. So the agent recalculates every single time it runs. So the day I recorded this, that invoice was exactly 65 days late. Tomorrow it's 66 and so on and so forth. And the interest ticks up with it automatically. I didn't pick 65 days to make the math look neat. It's just what it was the morning I hit record. The figure is live, every day at 8, it's current. Box 5 sorts each invoice by how overdue it is. Up to 2 weeks gentle, 2 weeks to a month and a half firm, beyond that formal demand. 3 different tones for 3 different situations. Boxes 6, 7 and 8 are 3 versions of Claude, Anthropic's AI. Each one has a different prompt. The gentle one writes a polite, "Hey, just a reminder" email. The firm one cites the directive and lists the interest. The formal one is a proper demand letter. Same agent, 3 voices. And the last step, and this is the part I want to be loud about. The email doesn't go to the client, it comes to me. The agent does the calculation, drafts the email, lays out the legal basis. I read it, I decide whether to send it, and I forward it. So as we say, the AI proposes and the human disposes. A quick word on that last point, because it matters more than the rest of the video. You could build this agent to send emails directly to clients. The tools allow it. It would take 5 seconds to wire up. But please don't. Why? Because there's a small but real risk that one of the AI will get either a name wrong, an amount wrong, a tone wrong. And that's a relationship with a client, or worse, a legal exchange. AI doing math into a draft is a great use of AI. AI sending demand letters on its own is not. Build the safety in. The bigger point, and the one I want to keep coming back to on this channel, is that AI is at its best when you point it at something real. Every business person watching this has been paid late. Most of you have absorbed that cost quietly. So this isn't a productivity hack, it isn't a thread about AI changes everything, it's a specific tool doing a specific thing that recovers specific money you're already owed under existing law. It took me roughly 4 to 5 hours to build this agent, including the 8 separate things that broke along the way, which, by the way, is the next video. 8 things broke building this. The switch node didn't route anything for an hour. The filter on date silently passed everything through because of a type mismatch. The code node ate 3 of my 4 invoices and gave me back 1. Each one cost me time, but each one taught me something. Next video is all 8 in detail with the exact fixes. After that, I'll start leaning further into where this channel is actually going. I'm building from Europe for people working in and around the regulated end of business, finance, payments, compliance. The stuff most AI channels skip because it's not US startup shaped. The late payment directive is the first of many bits of EU law I think AI can quietly turn into money you didn't know you had. 2 things if you want to follow along. Obviously subscribe, maybe leave a comment, tick the notification bell so you know when new content is published. The new video is the 8 failures and you don't want to learn those the hard way. And the newsletter at thelatebuilder.com. 1 email a month, subscribe to this one, and I will send you the full sheet template plus the calculation code from box 4 ready to drop into your own n8n. You can be running this against your own invoices by the end of the weekend. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.